Hey Tyson, how's it going? It's Shammi with Southtown Chrysler. Just want to send you this little walk around video. I'm just in the employee parking here in the back. It's a little bit nice and open and quiet, so I thought I'd do a little walk around video for you here. This is going to be on the 2015 320i xDrive that you inquired about. And I'll be honest, my friend, it's in really nice shape, man, and it drives really nice. Now I'm just going to give you a little walk around on this one. So I did put on the lights and the fog lights here just to make sure you know that they are working. Now when it comes to the front end as well, there are actually not really much when it comes to blemishes. This is almost a little bit of ice. I just actually washed this one, so just got a little ice that comes off here. But one thing I did want to notice, the only blemish I could really find is if you look on that angle, there's one little indentation right there and right there. That's all I could see on the vehicle itself. You can kind of probably get a better angle there. So it has two little indentations. It's not hail damage or anything at all. I always do obviously a nice thorough walk around, make sure that the vehicle doesn't have any blemishes beforehand. So that would be the only one I could actually note on this one. Other than that, obviously it is your really nice sedan in the nice metallic black paint. You do have those nice BMW 5-spoke wheels. And then again, when it comes to the traction, you do have tons of tread left in here. And that will be on the inspection report as well. And the inspection is super clean. Okay, so really clean. And the previous owner did actually do a lot of maintenance at BMW. So you will see that when I send you that inspection report. But overall, I mean, the body's in super nice shape. I don't know if you're familiar with the BMWs, but when it comes to obviously fit, finish, and overall build quality, I mean, it's definitely hard to beat what's coming out of Germany. But other than that, I mean, again, a few little small blemishes. I think you got one little small scratch here and there, which is pretty small in the grand scheme of things. I'll be honest with you, I used to detail cars. Even a hand polish from your local Canadian Tire will you know, pretty much not completely take care of that, but at least make it 80 to 90% better. And I can even advise you what products to use. But really, side angles, I always like to make sure, you know, there's no dents or no dings. The roof itself as well. So no hail damage, and the actual windshield itself is clean. But I'll give you a little bit of a view of the back here. So the back, one thing I've noticed, I think it's because BMW seals their leather. I find that the wear in BMW seats, in their leather seats, is very small, very minimal, no matter what the mileage. So it's really nice to see. And obviously, again, that all kind of notes to the quality that you're getting when you do buy a BMW. But really clean. And one thing to note, I want to let you know that the headliner is clean as well. But one thing I wanted to mention is, because you can't smell the vehicle, that this vehicle definitely, let's see, that this vehicle has not been smoked in. Okay. So this vehicle has not been smoked in. There's no foul odors or anything coming from it at all. It is a nice push button ignition. Now, on the outside, you will notice that there's a little bit of almost like a fade that's going on here with some UV damage. Again, this is actually pretty easy to find some actual dye that you can actually just get at any detail shop. Now, this is two sections right here that is a little bit of a blemish. Okay. Now, it is on that side. I don't believe it is on the other side, but again, you can see with some of these side plastic pieces, eventually they will have a little wear. But again, it's a really easy solution. There's a lot of dyes that are made for that, and they're actually really inexpensive. Now I'll move my Tim Hortons bag here, but you do have a full power passenger seat. Again, no rips, no tears. Really nice clean interior. You can see my coffee in there. And also when it comes to the trunk, tons of space in the back, very surprisingly. And then also you do have a little bit more storage down there as well. Now typically the BMWs, they will not come with a spare tire, and that is typically because they come from factory with the run flats. Now when it comes to your windows, obviously when it comes to your memory setting for your seat, you have two settings. Power seat again. Now you will notice that there's slight blemish just here on the side, a little bit of wear, but pretty minimal. And obviously the seat itself is all intact. All right, it's a little chilly. Whew. There we go. Okay, so we do have automatic headlights in this one, so I just kind of put them on just to show you that they do work. And obviously when it comes to the inside, no lights or warnings or anything like that. And this one has 142, 155 on the odometer. You do have your cruise control, your Bluetooth as well in this one, and the navigation. So you have a really nice navigation system, and it's all kind of controlled through BMW's little pod here. Super easy to use. It's a little toggle switch too, so you can go up and down, kind of different options. And another thing to note as well, let's see, is that you do have a little bit of storage back there, but you do also have your sport and your eco mode. So that's really, really nice and unique. Obviously give your vehicle quite a bit of different personalities depending on how you feel like driving. I know you had mentioned that you do work as an EMT, so sometimes you are going to be kind of traveling around a different area. So it is nice to know that that you do have that ability to pop it into eco mode and save some excess fuel, right? This does have the available push button ignition. Now there's a little bit of wear just on the actual button, which is pretty common, as well as you'll see that it does have an automatic start-stop mode. So with the automatic start-stop, when you are at a stoplight, it can shut the engine off completely. All your accessory drives and everything else will be functioning, but at the same time, it's just nice to know that you have that option for, especially city driving where you're doing a lot of stop and go. Right now, the steering wheel itself, it's not only tilt, but it's also telescoping, and on top of that as well, we do have heated seats in this one. So it has been very nice and toasty in here just when I started it to take it over to the wash, and that's one thing I always will verify is when it comes to the heat, because you never know with any vehicle. Sometimes these systems need to be recharged or what have you, but overall, your actual gear lever is going to be this really infamous BMW shift lever here. Super easy to use to park it. All you're going to do is press the park button. To put it in a drive, you're just going to pull back. So super nice. Now it does have the plus minus mode, which is essentially your automated manual. Again, it is something that kind of gives a little bit more personality to the car. You can drive it as aggressively as you like. A lot of people do like to put it into the sport mode, as well as the plus minus, so you can kind of manually control those gears. Now there's my warning for my seat belt. So let me pop that on here. But I mean, I am 6'2", and I'll be honest with you, I got tons of headroom, tons of space. I mean, it feels very, very roomy. And on top of that, I mean, obviously, as I mentioned, handling-wise, brakes, everything feels super tight. And I'm very, very happy to see that this was previously serviced quite regularly at their local BMW dealership where they had purchased this vehicle from. I believe it was out in BC. So at the end of the day, always good things to note, especially on a German vehicle. Now the 3 Series itself, I mean, it's quite known to be a very reliable vehicle. Obviously, when it comes to even handling dynamics, I mean, it is a BMW, so you are going to have that. But the nice thing also is to note that compared with some of the older BMWs where they had super heavy steering, which obviously, you know what I mean, is there is a benefit to that. This one is not going to be as heavy. So obviously it's still going to be stiff enough, and not going to be super light like a lot of the vehicles out there, because you want that feedback, right? So obviously, part of the beauty of BMWs is the driving dynamics and essentially how well they handle and how much feedback you get, especially through the steering wheel. Now, just driving this one around again, handles very well. I know we got lots of snow and stuff here too today. I don't know how it is out in Vermilion, but definitely a little cold, a little icy, a little choppy on the pavement here. But I mean, this one does handle very well. Again, as I mentioned, the brakes super strong, definitely very, very healthy. And as well as the tires, and I will have the actual inspection to send for you. That'll have a lot more detail when it comes to the actual tire and the brake tread remaining percentages in millimeter rating. But other than that, I mean, obviously you got nice big windows. It is a sedan, obviously, so you get that kind of beauty of that sportiness, but at the same time, a lot more practical with having those 4 doors. But overall, I mean, it's just a pretty sweet vehicle. And again, handles very well. yeah, just really, really easy to drive. Pretty problem free. And that is pretty much all she wrote. So Tyson, I definitely hope you like the walk around video, my friend. Again, this is something that I really feel like you would really like. And not only that, but it's something that I feel, you know, when it comes to actually driving, you'll really enjoy your drive. Now, do give me a shout. Let me know if you have any questions about the vehicle at all. You can reach me directly to my cell, and that's 780-932-7597. And again, Tyson at Shammi with Southtown Chrysler. Truly appreciate the consideration all the way out from Vermilion. So do let me know what you think, and we can get started and look at some numbers. Thanks so much.